Mr. Mars. Class, in the previous lesson, we explored the PPPFF thinking structure, developed to guide our mental processes when discussing systems. Specifically, we practiced the first and second Ps. The first P stands for the product's specific and general name, while the second P refers to the product's purpose. Can anyone recall what those two Ps were? Almaz. The first P is the product's name, and the second P is its purpose. Exactly. Today, we will continue by learning and practicing the third P, which stands for the product's parts. After identifying a product's name and purpose, it is essential to describe its parts in order to understand or explain what it consists of, how its components interact, and how they function together. In describing a product's parts, we use words such as consist of, decompose into, include, contain, be made up of, encompass, incorporate, comprise, and feature. These terms can be used interchangeably, depending on the specific meaning or emphasis we want to convey. After using these expressions, we list the names of the components that make up the system we are thinking or discussing. Does anyone know why it's important to list the parts in a specific way? Marat, maybe to make it easier to understand? Mr. Mars, yes, exactly. There are two ways to describe a product's parts. First, we can use terms like consist of or any of the synonyms previously mentioned. By doing so, we simply list the names of the product's components. When listing the parts, it's highly recommended to follow a specific order, such as starting from the bottom to the top, from left to right, or from the main part to the other parts. Let's look at an example. If we describe a building, we might say, the building is a structure designed to provide living and walking space for people. It consists of a foundation, walls, and a roof. In this example, we first identify the specific and general names of the product, then state its purpose. After that, using the term consists of, we list the parts of the product in a logical order, from the bottom to the top. The second way to describe a product's parts is by starting with the main part and then continuing with other components attached to or supporting the main part. After using terms like consist of or any of the previously mentioned synonyms, we describe the product by using words like with, supported by, and similar phrases. For example, the desk is a piece of furniture designed to provide a stable and organized surface for work-related activities. It consists of a horizontal surface with legs, drawers, and a keyboard tray. Or, the desk is a piece of furniture designed to provide a stable and organized surface for work-related activities. It consists of a horizontal surface supported by legs and includes drawers and a keyboard tray. In these examples, the main part of the desk is the horizontal surface, with the attached or included parts, such as the legs, drawers, and keyboard tray, providing supportive or additional functions. Let's practice describing the parts of the systems around us by first identifying the product's specific and general name, followed by its purpose. Does anyone want to try describing a product? Airbowl. How about a car? It consists of wheels, an engine, and a body. Mr. Mars. Good. Now I'd like to give you a real-life example. When you're at the pharmacy to pick up a medicine, many of you probably want to know the composition of the specific medicine you're about to take. You want to understand what you're ingesting and what effects you can expect. So, what do you expect from the pharmacy specialist, and how would you like them to explain the composition and other important details about the medicine? I'd want them to explain what's inside it and how it works. Exactly. Ideally, the pharmacy specialist will use a structured approach, like the PPPFF thinking framework, to ensure you're fully informed and satisfied with the explanation. Now, let's imagine how the pharmacy specialist might explain a specific medicine using the PPPFF structure. The medicine you're picking up today is called paracetamol, commonly known as a pain reliever and fever reducer. It's often used for cold symptoms or minor injuries to relieve mild to moderate pain, such as headaches, muscle aches, or joint pain, and to reduce fever. Then they might continue. This medicine consists of paracetamol as its main ingredient, which is the active component that works to block the chemicals in your brain that trigger pain and increase body temperature. In addition to the active ingredient, it includes inactive components such as microcrystalline cellulose, which helps form the tablet, and sodium benzoate, a preservative that ensures the medicine remains stable for a longer period. In this example, while describing the parts of the system, we treated each component as a separate subsystem with its own purpose. For instance, we first described the product's main part. This medicine consists of paracetamol as its main ingredient. Then, we continued by explaining the purpose of this main part as a subsystem, saying, which is the active component that works to block the chemicals in your brain that trigger pain and increase body temperature. This demonstrates that we can apply the PPPFF thinking structure not only to the entire system, but also to its individual components when we treat each part as a separate subsystem. Is there anyone who wants to give another example? Bay bars. Hey, Mr. Mars and classmates. Today I want to tell you about my uncle Erbil, who works for a tour company. He often gives presentations to customers, and I thought I'd share one of his speeches as an example, using the PPPFF thinking structure we've been learning about. Here's what he usually says. We offer guided tours, particularly luxury cultural tours, designed to provide a stress-free and enjoyable travel experience. Our services include transportation, accommodations, and expert local guides. You can choose from pre-planned itineraries or customize your tour to suit your preferences. We offer both group and private tour options, and our multilingual guides ensure a smooth experience. With 24/7 support throughout your trip, we handle all the logistics so you can focus on enjoying your journey. Now let's break down this speech using the PPPFF framework. Product specific and general name. My uncle introduces their general service as guided tours. Then, he specifies luxury cultural tours as an example of what they offer. Product purpose. The main purpose is clear. They aim to provide a stress-free and enjoyable travel experience by taking care of all the logistics for the customers. Product parts. He mentions that the service includes transportation, accommodations, and expert local guides. Customers can also choose between pre-planned itineraries or request a customized tour. Features. My uncle highlights their group and private tour options, as well as the fact that they have multilingual guides to make communication easier. Plus, they offer 24/7 support throughout the trip to ensure everything goes smoothly. Functions. Finally, he explains how they manage all the logistics, from booking to transportation and accommodation, so the customers can focus on enjoying the journey. So as you can see, my uncle's speech perfectly fits the PPPFF structure. It clearly explains what the company offers, why it's valuable, and how it works. It's a great way to communicate the tour service to customers in a simple and effective way. Great job, Baybars. You did an excellent job of applying the PPPFF thinking structure to your uncle's example. I'm really impressed by how you broke down each part clearly, showing a deep understanding of the thinking structure we've been discussing. To wrap things up, I want to praise all of you for your efforts today and for how well you're understanding the PPPFF thinking structure. You're all on the right track, and Baybar's example was a perfect demonstration of using this system in real-world communication. Now, for your homework, I want you all to keep practicing. Your assignment is to describe the parts of other systems using the PPPFF thinking structure, just like we did today. Don't forget to include the methodology of the thinking structure, focusing on product, purpose, parts, features, and functions. Next time, we'll move on to the first F in the PPPFF structure, which stands for feature. We'll learn how to identify and describe the features that we think and talk about in greater detail. See you next class.